हाय, सत श्री अकाल, नमस्ते, bonjour, कैसे हैं आप सब लोग? Como allez-vous? I am very well, very fine, doing very well in Canada, and I hope you all are also doing good. J'espère que vous allez bien aussi. This video is for all my relatives, my colleagues, and my friends who have been asking me certain questions about the Canadian immigration and so I thought, why not to make a series of videos where I can show you the realities and the truths and the actual picture behind the immigration of Canada. And today in particular I would like to start from the very beginning. So the first thing first, you need to know why you want to immigrate to Canada. I mean, there should be some solid reasons behind it. As for me, I know you all know I have been working with a very reputed bank back in India. I was getting a good salary, and my husband he is a merchant navy officer and he's a sailor. So why did we take this decision when everything was going so well in India? Actually, Ramit wanted to quit sailing because at one point in your life you feel like you give your family a priority, and he was smart enough to recognize that the facts that later on in life it's going to be very hard to be away from your family at a long stretch. Like he has to go for sailing for like 6 months or 3 months at a stretch, so it's gonna be difficult for us. So then we started like even thinking of this thing that okay, what are the other options available to us? The very first thing was to start a business back in India, but then we don't have any first-hand experience, even not second-hand experience in business, because no one in our family is from the business background. It's always been like a service class or all in government departments or something like that. So once Ramit was sailing and he got to know, he came to Canada. He has come to Canada a number of times before for his, for what we call those ships and all, everything, how merchant navy works. So he has already been here, and he met someone in Vancouver back in 2020 or 21, I guess, and that person told him that there are many good options in Canada for him. And that's when he called me from the ship saying that, Priyanka, I don't want to continue sailing, I hate it, and I really want to immigrate to Canada. I really want to go there. So the only option was to come here as permanent residents. And you know that after COVID, the CRS scores in the express entry category have gone crazy. So, but back in we started our journey of immigration in 2021. I remember that I started taking my IELTS classes and so in the month of June. And but then we didn't know that there are not gonna be any CRS, the express entry draws for further 1 year, and anyhow we started it, and I started preparing for my IELTS, and I had to get the 8777 score, and I was good in English from my school times only, but then I really didn't want to give this exam for more than once. I wanted to crack it, or I wanted to get the desired score in the very first attempt only. So I worked hard upon it. I took 1 month or 1 or 2 months of time to prepare for it, because obviously I was working at that time and I hardly got any time to prepare for it. So I got through it. I got my beautiful 8777. In fact, more than that, I got 8.5 in listening, 8.5 in reading, 8 in speaking, and 7 in writing. I was a little disappointed with my writing score. I did apply for re-evaluation also, but then they didn't give me the half mark because I wanted it to be CLB 10. Yeah, but then it's CLB 9. Anyways. So then by the time Ramit had come back from his ship, and he also started preparing for the IELTS, because it was me who was going to be the main applicant, because I had the 3 years continuous work experience. I had my masters, and obviously I was able to score in the IELTS as well, the desired score. But for him, he's a bachelor's, and moreover, you know that shippies, they have contractual work, so it was not a continuous 1 year work, so he just couldn't be the main applicant. So but he could give me numbers like his graduation, for his graduation and for the IELTS score. So he also started preparing for the IELTS. He also got good marks. He also got like CLB 8 or CLB 7. I guess it was CLB 8 for him. He also got that, and then we applied for we had already applied for the West when I was preparing for my IELTS. I had all, because it takes time. So we were completed with the West. Then we entered into the pool with a score of like 472 or 474, because prior to COVID, the scores for the cutoff scores used to be like 460 or 450, sometimes 450 also. So like we were just thinking on those lines. But Ramit is a kind of person who do a lot of research before doing anything. Even before going to the doctor, he would research everything. He has that habit. So he started researching, and then he kind of predicted it to me that, Priyanka, when the draws are gonna start, they are not going to be lower than 500. It will be above 500 and not lower than that, at least for first few draws. So he said that look, you have to, if you really want this thing, or if because I had been saying him that okay, once I start this journey, I'm not going to look back. I needed then it by hook or by crook. So he suggested that why don't I start taking the French classes so that I can crack the TEF exam. TEF, like IELTS, like for English we get the IELTS exam, so for French we get the TEF exam, and there also you have to get CLB 7 in order to be bilingual. So the whole idea was to get those extra 50 marks from French, and they would have given a lot of boost to my CRS score, obviously. And then my French journey started around, I guess, in 2022. It was like March or something like that, and it was really very difficult to I was working, and I had to take classes after I used to come back home like 8 or 9, and then work hard till late at night, and then get up in the morning and go to my office and all. It became a little difficult, but then I was determined. I was like, oh no, I have to do this, because I'm not looking back now. There was not an option for me, no other option for me, because I make a mind. I'm that kind of person. If I make a mind that I have to do this thing, then I have to do it. So after that, what happened? So like I started preparing for my French and TEF exams. I took classes I took classes here and there, and I got my scores and everything. And then in 2023, in February, on 2nd of February came an ITA, came our ITA. The draw was there, and the score was like 496, but with the help of French, I was at 516 or 13, something like that. So we got our ITA. I submitted my documents on 22nd of February, and in a time of 2.5 months, we got our PPR request. It was on 8th of May. We submitted our passports, and by the end of May, like it was like 31st or 1st of June when we got our passports, stamped passports with a Canadian visa on it. So that's how that's what went into getting the PR of Canada. And trust me, it is not easy. if someone is not determined enough to do all such things, like dwelling into doing French or increasing their CRS scores by getting that desired IELTS score. And yeah, age also matters. When I started in 2021, I had around 472 or 474, something like that. I don't remember exactly. But then the next year, in June, I got my marks. My 5 marks were reduced. So my CRS score fell, and it was supposed to fall like this every year. I would be older by 1 year. So yeah, that's also a very important factor. So then we came here to Canada. Now you would be asking that you got your PR in May, in June, and then why did you come? We landed here in October. It was because I had to give a 3 months notice period at my bank. We were not taking any risks until and unless we didn't have our stamped passports in our hands. We were not going to give that resignation letter. So I gave my resignation, the notice period. I served the bank for 3 months, and then we took another 1 month to prepare for a landing in Canada. And on 1st of October 2023, we landed here in Canada at Vancouver airport, because this was the province that we selected for our future and all, because I don't go by the snow vibes and all. I knew that it rains a lot here in Vancouver, but then I was okay with it because I don't like extreme temperatures or extreme weathers. So it's really the weather is really nice here, and until now I'm loving it, and I'm eagerly waiting for the summers to come, because I've heard that Vancouver, BC in general, is very beautiful then. In fact, the whole of Canada is very beautiful then. So that's it for now. This was my whole immigration journey of Canada, and in the further videos I will be telling you about. So yeah, that's it for now. I guess that was my immigration journey, and I'm happy to share it with you. If you like this video, please share, like and comment. And if you have any doubts or you want to ask any kind of questions, please go ahead and share them with me. Yeah. Okay, then bye bye.